Very, 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 very last option if you want to get yourself out of a drought and you can't get any buns. I wouldn't even recommend this. Head over to Facebook and find a group like this. A lot of people struggle getting prego and they need a donor. They also have groups like this on Reddit and Google. You can find these a lot everywhere. So to actually get in, you just have to enter a little bit of information. Right here where it says which methods would you prefer, you're going to select natural insemination. That's basically saying if you want my baby, we got to make it the right way. We're not inserting tubes or none of that. Now here is where you want to outsmart these bots. You want to go ahead and get yourself a vasectomy. Don't worry, it's reversible. So you're going to go on a crazy run of just having people think that you're going to bless them with a child. And then like every 2 weeks, they're going to tell you that it didn't work. So they're going to come back and ask for more. So you can have a whole roster, a whole entire schedule of you just doing this. And these girls will fly you out. Like these girls are desperate to have a child. Most of the time too, it'd be lesbian couples. And oh my God, the studs, man. The studs are taking over 2024. Check out my exclusive content for my in-game footage of me on the court, my highlights. But after you're done going on a 10-year run, a 12-year run, whatever you want, you want to go ahead and reverse the vasectomy. It's a little expensive, but you will have the money by then. I would rather you guys just stick with the registered offenders, bro, because this is kind of fucked up and it's really down bad. Like this is bottom of the barrel. If you're really gonna do this, I will take down all your social media and just go ghost until you're done doing this.
Oh my God.
I didn't watch the whole thing. That was hilarious. Okay, you didn't hear what he said? He goes, if you're having a really, really hard time as a man finding a woman to hook up with,
get after it.
What you need to do is go into a Facebook group where women are trying to get pregnant and then select natural insemination. He goes, what, insemination or whatever? Insemination. Natural insemination. So basically, you're going to go find these women who want to get pregnant, have sex with them. They fly you out. But he goes, get a vasectomy before you do this. And they go have sex with all these women. And they'll pay you like $1,000.
Pay you. Yes.
And then afterwards, you take the money from all the vasectomies and get the reversal vasectomy. And he goes, you have a rotation.
And then also the crazy part of him saying he wants to do it for 10 to 12 years.
Yes. After 10 to 12 years of having sex with women on a Facebook Get Me Pregnant group.
I know where he got this idea from, though.
Yeah.
Because there's a documentary video going around. I don't know if it might be on Vice, but somebody sent this to me like last week, and it's this guy, and they follow the dude around, and he is a sperm donor, but he's like a free agent, sperm donor, right? So it's not like he's going to a fertility clinic. He is on those. There are literally Facebook, and I guess probably like Discord
Reddit
user groups, where they're looking for a donor for a sperm donor. They don't want to go through like a fertility clinic. And he was right about the lesbian couples primarily. But you can say, well, I can rub one out and give it to you like in a sample, or we can just, hook up and there you go. And then you have to go through like the protocol of like saying, well, I'm not going to be responsible for this child. You guys know this. Here's the legalities of it. There's actually a process that you have to do. But they followed this guy on Vice. They followed him around, and the guy's fathered probably over like 80 children at this point.
Wait, is this the Netflix documentary where it's like 1,000 kids?
I think that might be it. Yeah, it was the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
It was. But I thought it was Vice that was doing it. But it's Netflix that's doing 1,000 kids.
Wow.
And they fought, and the guy is probably in his mid to late 20s.
Like we need to know if he's hot. Like, is he tall? Like, does he have like good genes?
And
are we having that family tree? Honestly, like making sure that they don't meet each other.
But seriously. And the other thing is like there's, especially in Scandinavian countries, like in Denmark and Norway and Finland, and then a little bit I think also in Holland. They're having a problem right now because there's so many sperm donors that are like these free agent sperm donors that they're the most popular ones, and they're the ones that like all the women like refer to their friends. Hey, I had a baby with this guy. You want to use his sperm, kind of thing. And the problem is like now they're worried about inbreeding because they don't know like whether or not that's your half sister or your half brother.
Oh my God! That's not do like a whole.
There's some Danish soccer player who's like fathered like
hundreds of kids.
Hundreds of kids.
Exactly.
Like they go to these sperm clinics, and all the women pick the same guy.
They all, and I think that's interesting. Is they all pick the same guy. Yeah. He's also a soccer player. He's also they don't pick. That's the thing. I love this because I get this all the time. Like they say, well, women want to find a guy who's intelligent. He's a lawyer. He's a doctor, a surgeon, whatever. No, they want the hot guy. That's what they look for. It's like all that shit flies out the window when they're picking the baby daddy. The guy has to be hot.
You have to also be Jewish. Aren't they like the smartest like people
Here we go.
Sorry, isn't that true? Like, what's your last name? Bird? Okay.
There you go. Okay.
I think it's like natural selection, though. Like the more attractive you are, the more people want to have kids with you.
If you were going to have a baby, would you select for intelligence, or would you select? Would you? I mean, honestly, would you look for the hottest?
I mean,
guy?
if I could get to know somebody, like I would definitely choose intelligence, but like naturally we're drawn to who makes us who's attractive.
Yeah, there's actually a scientific
don't tell Mac and Murphy or Alex from Dateside.
Yeah.
They will
you should look up sexy sons hypothesis. It's basically the idea that you see, if you were attracted to me, it's because you see things you want your sons to have.
Totally.
If your sons had my genetics,
and I think
therefore
that's
they would
very
have
natural.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
guys would
well, it's not just natural. It's like it's the only way the species. You have to consider. There's a point. I want to say 300,000 years ago where there were only something like 10,000 humans left on the planet. They weren't Homo sapiens. They were some other like Homo australis or something like that. And when they were
hairless murder apes.
Yeah, when they were in that place, basically all of our proclivities came from those 16,000 people. Like that was it. And so one of the things was I need to only breed with the most fertile people possible in order for my line to continue. And so that genetic proclivity was carried on. And the people who didn't look at that, like there were probably proclivities for people to look for unsymmetrical faces, or there's probably proclivities for people to jump off of cliffs, well, probably not because we descended from apes. And apes are, they don't do that. They have a fear of heights.
We did.
And fear of fire.
What?
But the thing is, in general, if you, for instance, if you had an ancestor that had no fear of heights, no fear of snakes, no fear of alligators, no fear of sharks, whatever, they would have died, and they would have never been able to pass along their genes. And so that's essentially what's going on here. That's why you would have that feeling. And me as a man, if I'm going to be attracted to a hip to waist ratio, where the waist is smaller than the hips, and why is that? It's because fertile women have that body characteristic.
Right.
Yes. The odds
younger
of
women
can
having
carry
a live birth
babies.
are
higher.
greater.
Yes.
Yes. I was also going to say, this guy right here, people are saying, oh, this is a hoax or this is a joke or something. I don't necessarily think he's actually doing this, but the fact that he figured this shit out, that's the code in the Matrix.
My favorite thing is you have to get off of social media. You have to get. You have to get off. By the way, there's those things. Are we dating the same guy? Have you guys seen that?
I've seen that.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm in one of them. Kindly Myers sent it to, and I don't know why. Why would I be in there? I don't understand. That makes no sense.
Are you a serial
Well, I'm not dating
dater?
anyone. Like I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like why? Oops, I did it again. I'm sorry.
How many girlfriends do you have?
Probably the catfish.
Like why would I be? It just says it goes. Would anyone know anything about Michael Sartain? It's a picture of me, and I was like, I didn't put. He goes. Some of these guys are putting themselves in here, and I was like, I have no idea about this. I was actually kind of offended.
And of course,
Why would you want to put yourself in there?
and of course, it would be Kindly Myers who would.
Yeah, Kindly found it. One of my best friends kindly found
She's
it.
in the groups.
Yes.
Oh, dude, if I could get in those,
any of the girls it would be Kindly.
Yeah, I'm a guy, so they don't let me in those groups. I would love to be in those groups. Are we dating the same guy? I would be. Oh my gosh. Because I want to see the dudes. I want to see the dudes that are like dating all these girls.
They're always gross.
They're always gross.
Yeah.
I never understood it. I'm like, how is
If
this
the
guy?
guys get the access, I want to see. I actually want to see who these guys
They're
are.
always nasty.
I think it would be very informative for a lot of men to see who these guys are.
You look through the pictures and it's like gotta
Like,
be a big
really?
dick. Gotta
Multiple
be a big
women?
dick. Yeah.
Are they skinny
I
guys?
don't know even.
They're all kinds,
Skinny
but
guys
they're
always
never
have big
attractive.
dicks.
They're never
Weirdly
attractive.
No.
They're never attractive and they always look broke.
Yeah, or like serial killers.
Oh, trust me, if they were guys,
serial killer.
If they weren't
With a big
broke,
dick.
listen. If they were rich, no one would be asking if we're dating the same guy.
Yeah.
They'd be just fine with it.
Like, I don't
There'd
give
be
a
no
fuck.
Yes,
website.
they would.
There's no website for women complaining
That's
about the
fine.
rich men. They just date them. That's not an issue. The issue is
They're
when
like,
they're
"I'll
when
share
they're sharing a guy and he's broke. Then they got to make a Facebook group about it. There's no Facebook group for the super rich guy who pays for dinner. They don't make Facebook groups
They don't care.
complaining about those guys.
Yes.
Those guys are fine.
Justin Waller is on any group.
Yeah,
Not
Justin
at all.
Waller's on
Not
any
at all.
group list whatsoever. He's just fine.